Mark Christopher's fitness channel. We are back. All right, guys. Arnold Classic Australia just finished a few hours ago. I tried to get the photos as quick as I could. They took their time to upload them online on a few bodybuilding sites, but so it's just been. Let's go through the top three comparisons of who won. All right, before I start the show, let's remember Cedric Millen wasn't there at the show. Brandon Curry wasn't there. Lionel Biecki wasn't there. Steve Kluklo. Who the list goes on. Phil Heath obviously wasn't there. Big Rammies, they weren't there. There's a few big name top tier pro bodybuilders that were not there. And if I missed anyone, I think Nathan Diash and a couple other guys that weren't there. But overall, it was still a pretty stacked lineup. Wasn't as stacked as the Arnold Classic Ohio a few weeks ago, but it was still good. I'm not going to disrespect Kevin Levrone here. I only got a couple of photos, but he was clearly not on, and he was definitely a lot more thicker than what he was here compared to the Mr. Olympia 2016. But he just didn't really have the conditioning. I reckon he was better conditioned at the 2016 Mr. Olympia, Kevin Levrone. It's definitely his last show. He's going to do a guest posing appearance next week in his hometown, I think. So I might tune in on that and have a quick look at that. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest of showing. You can clearly see his legs didn't actually come up at all. They were a bit more thicker, but they definitely weren't conditioned. He did say he'd come in a bit more bigger to sacrifice the condition. But yeah, man, props to Kevin Levrone. But man, 53 years old, is still doing his thing. And for him to come back after a 15-year layoff was definitely a sight to be seen. The hype was there. Did I think he could bring his legs and his back up? I had my doubts, but I had a feeling maybe he might be able to bring it a little bit more thicker anyway. It definitely was thicker by Kevin Levrone, but yeah, it's like I said, the water retention was just clearly there. But yeah, he's still a legend, guys. Kevin Levrone, that's put mad props to him. He did do a couple of signature poses. The hype train was there on it. Everyone was rooting for him to do well. I still have mad respect for him. But like I said, Father Time does catch up to all of us, especially in the bodybuilding scene. And yeah, there's not really much you could really do about it. But that's his last ever showing. I don't think we'll see him back on stage ever again now. But prove me wrong. But if I was him, I would just call it a day. And that's it, man. But mad props. He's still one of the great bodybuilders in the 90s, no doubt about that, guys. But as you can clearly see, it's just the water retention. But like I said, this is the last photo I'm going to show. I'm not going to go for any back shots or anything like that. But he was struggling, stretching out here and there. But he's 53 years old, guys. Remember that. That's a fair age to be coming back at his age. And he showed signs of a couple of his parts here and there. His legs were definitely a little bit more thicker, but not huge amount of thickness as what people were expecting. But I had a feeling that he probably wouldn't be able to bring him up to even 70 to 80%, especially after that much of a layoff, because he's not like Dexter Jackson where he didn't take any time off. Dexter Jackson did see Kevin Levrone took time off, but he had quads and back problems 2003, I remember, and that's when he called it quits. He had a couple of injuries here and there. Maybe they plagued him. At the end of the day, Kevin Levrone, legend of the sport, 90s bodybuilder to 2000, legendary, Shaboom. This is the last time we're going to see him, guys, on stage, and still mad props. All right, guys. He finished 13th, by the way, guys, Kevin Levrone. All right, yeah, there's just another quick shot there. All right, we'll go on to Dennis Wolf. He was clearly still similar Dennis Wolf. Sorry about the photo, guys. I just quickly pulled a few things together. It was a bit more thicker here. I'm not going to go for any many photos with Dennis Wolf, but yeah, it was definitely a bit more thicker. But he's clearly got the quads there. He's always had that nerve damage in the calves, and he was a bit more thicker here than when he was at the Arnold Classic Ohio. Give him another year or two. Remember, he's only 39, I think. I'm pretty sure. So don't get me wrong on the age. He can definitely add another 20, 30 pounds of muscle onto that frame, especially on the upper echelon and the upper frame. But I think he finished 10th, but you've got to remember there's a few other guys that weren't there. But I tell you what, Dada Munagishi, he finished 5th, man, and that was a sight to be seen. He came in thick, but I don't really Not going to go for that. It's just going to be the top three here. All right. So third place, Dexter Jackson. Sorry about the photo again, guys. It was so hard to get a front double bicep. I tried my best, but especially on the front on view, the quads were there. Tight midsection, lats were okay, but he had a bicep tear there. He did confirm it, and he showed signs of it in the Arnold Classic Ohio. Bicep peak and triceps and delts were decent, but that really killed him here in this Arnold Classic Australia, because it just, you could clearly see it was just, he had that the tear, but it was just not striated, it wasn't conditioned, and still 48 years old. Unbelievable, guys. All right, and this is famous, most muscular. As you can clearly see, the quads are still there. Unbelievable, 48 years old. Midsection was definitely a lot more better here than what it was at the Arnold Classic Ohio. Biceps, triceps, and delts on this side are decent. But then when you go to this side, see, you can clearly see he's got the bicep tear there. And it's got no condition, no striations, nothing. It's not really got any peak there. The delts is lacking condition, but that's because he's got that injury on that side. Will he be able to make full recovery from this? I don't know, guys. 48 years old, you never know, but it's clearly showing signs of just damage there and on the biceps and triceps. But third place, not too bad. All right, side chest pose, as you clearly see just on that side there. The bicep peak is not there, and just no condition, man. But here, biceps and triceps and delts all there. Chest development was good. Just midsection was definitely a lot more tighter. He's got that crazy old man muscle there, and the hamstring hangs there, and the quad striations there. The peak is all there. The condition is all there on the blade Dex Jackson. It's just that one bit on that side of his arm on the biceps and triceps. You can clearly see he's got a bad tear there, and hopefully he can make a full recovery. All right, rear lat spread. See the hamstring striations still there. The glutes, nice tight midsection. Lats are crazy and super conditioned. And for someone to be 48 years old, it's just unbelievable. And he's definitely got that crisp, clean condition from the back. And just graininess, unbelievable, guys, for his age. Back double bicep. Look at the crazy striations in the hamstrings and the glutes. All there. Tight midsection, just kept that in check. Lats crazy. This delt on this side, you could clearly see the definition and the thickness there compared to this side. And it's starting to show, but remember he had that injury on that side, and that's probably all the nerve damage on that side. But it's been showing signs of getting smaller over the last year or two. But apart from that, man, like that side there and that brachialis, or whatever you call it there, it was pretty complete, and the nerve damage on the calves. But at 48 years old, guys, you know, his quads are still there, his hamstrings are still there, his glutes are still there, back development's still there. It's just the back delts on that one side and the biceps, you know, just had no striations, but it's just a clearly injury, nerve damage there on that side. Hopefully he can recover from it. He has confirmed bicep tear, but that is third place for Dex Jackson, and mad respect for him. All right, this is where it gets really interesting, guys. Second place, William Bonac. There you heard it. Second place, unbelievable. He finished first Arnold Classic Ohio a couple of weeks ago. Look at the quad striations and the condition, the thickness, unbelievable. Calves all there, tight midsection, lats crazy, biceps and triceps and delts all there, crazy as. He's maybe just a drop off from last 2 weeks. Got the Arnold Classic Ohio. We're still super conditioned, but maybe just a point off for William Bonac there. But second place, not a bad showing. Front lat spread. Look at the quads there, the crazy thickness. Calves unbelievable. Tight midsection, biceps, triceps. Delts thick as. Look at the peak. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Side chest pose. Here we go again. Look at the calf development. Hamstrings just hang. See the quad condition there, the separation. Unbelievable. We really nailed the conditioning here. It wasn't as sharp as the Arnold Classic Ohio a couple of weeks ago, but still, look at the paper thin striations there. Unbelievable. Biceps and triceps and delts. Ginormous chest. Unbelievable. And he kept the midsection in check. And he was definitely a sight to be seen, guys. Rear lat spread. Look at the hamstring striation. See the condition there? Unbelievable. Calf development, nice tight midsection. Lats were crazy. You can clearly see the condition was all there. Just a point off from a few weeks ago, but it was just unbelievable, crazy. Back double biceps. Look at the crazy striations in the hamstrings. Unbelievable. Glutes, tight midsection, lats, unbelievable. And then you go to the back delts, biceps, triceps, super conditioned, super thick, super full. It was a good showing by William Bonac. It's a shame he finished second, but we'll get to that in a minute. But decent showing. I don't know where you can add on any more pound for pound muscle on that frame. The only problem with William Bonac is just the size factor for him. But unbelievable. Second in the Arnold Classic Australia this year. Mad respect, good showing, and he is on the rise, guys, and he's a top 3 bodybuilder in the world. All right, first place. Here we go, guys. Rolly Winkler. See, there you go. He finished 4th at the Arnold Classic Ohio a few weeks ago, and he's climbed right back up to first. Got to remember Cedric Millen wasn't here at this contest too, but still. Rolly Winkler beat Dex Jackson and William Bonac last year at the Prague Pro, and I did do a wrap up on that. Is this his best ever showing? Probably on par with the Prague Pro, or probably just a drop better. His conditioning was unbelievable. Front double bicep. Look at this crazy peak in the biceps. Nice tight midsection in check. Unbelievable. Lats were crazy. And the quads were there. And the calves were there. Super peeled. Unbelievable, guys. All right, this is just a stance pose. I couldn't get any front at lat spreads. But look at the conditioning in the quads. Thick, ginormous. And calves were their beast mode, as everyone would say. The lats were just hang. See, he's got that nice insertion there. He's always had problems with that, just genetics from there, but it was just unbelievable. He bring that paper thin skin, and he didn't fade here, guys. Sometimes he does fade. He did a few weeks ago, and he kept it all in check conditioning and all side chest pose. Look at the hamstrings. They're just hang, quads, super conditioned. Calves are there. Midsection in check. Chest unbelievable. Thick as. Biceps, triceps, and delts. No flaws on his physique. The only flaw maybe from the back, just a drop. But unbelievable paper thin skin. What a showing by Rolly Winkler. Rear lat spread and the hamstrings are there. Conditioning. Calves are there. Glutes. Look at the back. Lats are just thick as. And nice tight midsection, unbelievable. See, you can clearly see the conditioning here. We'll go through a couple of comparisons after this, but it was just unbelievable, guys. Back double bicep. Look at the hamstring striations, the glutes, tight midsection. See the lats, just thick as. Back delts, unbelievable. No weaknesses there. Biceps and triceps. See the super condition. The only weakness there, maybe his lats could have been a drop wider, but his condition was just. See, this does not do him justice. If you guys that have seen the video footage of his posing, check it out. It is unbelievable. He was ginormous and he deserved the victory. And mad props to Rolly Winkler. He has really impressed me this year, last year, and he's got a couple of wins now, guys, which is, he's a big scalp. Arnold Classic Australia for him. And yeah, keep on doing what you're doing, man, and mad respect, man. All right, here we go to the comparison rounds now. Front double bicep. This is just unbelievable. Look at the quad separation on Rolly Winkler. Tight midsection, lats are there. Biceps, triceps, good. Then you go to William Bonac. Unbelievable. See the quads and the thickness there and the carpet bone. The lats are good there. Biceps, peak, and delts. Unbelievable. See, this is a tough one here. Probably still give it to William Bonac but just the conditioning of Rolly Winkler had that paper thin skin. Then you go to Dex Jackson, still good. Quads are there. His mix session was still a drop below here, but it was a lot better than Arnold Classic Ohio. And then you go to the bicep peak, and clearly see he's got that bicep tear there. That's where he got hammered and he got put down and dropped a notch. Definitely got marked out on that and the midsection, but not a bad showing there by Dexter Jackson. Front lat spread. Look at the quads. It's unbelievable. Biceps, triceps, and the chest of the Rolly Winkler, unbelievable. And then you go to William Bonac, so complete, isn't he? Look at the thickness in the quads and the calves and the biceps and triceps delts. He's kept his midsection in check. Rolly Winkler's got to drop more, maybe tight midsection. But then Dex Jackson was good. He was pretty flawless here, apart from the bicep tear there and the nerve damage in the calves. But he was still not a bad showing. It wasn't his greatest showing, but he finished third. 50 is split 50-50 here. I'd probably still give this to William Bonac, and it's a tricky one, guys. But like I said, the conditioning of Rolly Winkler is unbelievable, guys. All right, rear lat spread. This is where it gets really interesting. See the condition of the hamstrings and the glutes on Dex Jackson, unbelievable. See the lats, unbelievable. This unbelievable silhouette, crazy physique here on Dex Jackson from the back on the rear lats, unbelievable. Then you go to Rolly Winkler, unbelievable. Look at this. Look at the thickness, man. The lats, unbelievable. Calves there. Look at see the conditioning there, unbelievable. And the condition in the hams, unbelievable. And the delt's ginormous, man. And he's winning this one on condition, guys. But I tell you what, Dex Jackson definitely holds his own. Look at William Bonet. Look at the conditioning in the hamstrings. Unbelievable. The glutes, calves, and the back lats are decent too. But I'll have to still give this one to Rolly Winkler. Unbelievable. It's just crazy, man. Even Dex Jackson holding his own. But I tell you can clearly see the conditioning on Rolly Winkler. He wins out here. But Rolly Winkler, William Bonet, he was just still a sight to be seen, guys. All right, back double bicep this week. It's even more interesting here. Look at the hamstrings and the condition, the calves. Nice tight midsection. The lats were just there. Back delts crazy. Biceps, triceps really were crazy. But then you go to William Bonet. Look at the thickness in the lats. Unbelievable. Back delts, biceps, triceps, and delts. Just no flaws there. Look at the conditioning in the hamstrings. Unbelievable. In the glutes and the calves. Oh, man, unbelievable. Thick as William Bonet. Just the conditioning of Rolly Winkler was just unbelievable too. Dexter Jackson was still flawless from the back too, apart from that bicep and delt there on that side. But his back development, graininess all over was unbelievable too. Oh, this is a tough one here, man. This is a tough one. We'll go to another shot here. Oh, that's it. I think I thought I had another shot, but I obviously don't. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Look at this is another back double bicep here. Look at the thickness of William Bonek, and then you go on there. The lats crazy, back delts, bicep peak. Look at the condition of the hams and the glutes. And then you go to Rolly Winkler. See, this is another shot here. Tight midsection, lats, back delts, unbelievable. Then you go to, like I said, Dex Jackson. Apart from that side there, the delt and the peak bicep tear, he is flawless there. But Rolly Winkler, man, unbelievable showing him, and he clearly deserves to win this. But I tell you what, it was close. William Bonek, he was maybe just a drop off from the Arnold Classic Ohio. But Rolly Winkler, he did not fade here. He kept his conditioning in check. He kept everything in check. And I think that's why he won in the end. And his conditioning was unbelievable. And he deserved the win, guys, Rolly Winkler. It was just unbelievable. And his accolades of this year are unbelievable. And what does that say about the Mr. Olympia coming up? I don't know. He could definitely crack top 3, but then you got Cedric Millian, Brandon Curry, all these other guys that weren't even there, Nathan Diasha. There's a few big names that weren't here, and Big Ramy, remember that, don't forget about him. Phil Heath, probably coming for Mr. Olympia hard this year again. But I tell you what, mad respect to Rolly Winkler. He deserved the win. Super condition all over, thickness all over, did not fade. Sometimes he does fade. That's what he's notorious from. He always bloats out, spills over. He did not spill over here. And mad respect. So there you have it, guys. Yana Munagishi, number 5. Lucas Fazil, 4. Third, Dexter Jackson. Second, William Bonek. And number 1, Rolly Winkler. There you have it. He had the win. He took it home. And well deserved. Alright, guys. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, my Chris Bully's Fitness channel. I'm out.